We are here because of a victim known as Mrs. Olabisi Esther Johnson, who is a victim of police brutality, intimidation, harassment, and extortion. She's bold as one out of thousands who have been subjected to unnecessary intimidation based on criminalizing civil matter. A civil matter remains a civil matter. But some people using influences, their influence and position in using the police to intimidate their subjects. And this woman is here to narrate her ordeal in the hands of police and a business partner who is using the police against her. And the person in person of Mrs. Johnson, she has an ailment she's nursing, that if not to the glory of God, the intimidation of police and harassment, by today she will have been a stroke patient. But thank God for those who are present at the scene who revived her. So she will give the explanation. All her details are in the press text, and she will do a physical and feasible explanation herself how it goes. So my name is Comrade Alex Omotenshi, President Center for Human and Socio-Economic Rights.
Good afternoon. My name is Johnson Olabisi Esther. I'm here to ask for a request for urgent intervention into this matter, because this has cost me so much, and I don't want to be living in fear and in bondage anymore. So I'm calling on the Inspector General of Police of Nigeria, the Chairman Police Service Commission, the National Human Rights Commission, the National Assembly leadership, the Nigerian human rights community. I'm the CEO of Fetch Homes Limited. I registered my company last year. Before the registration of my company, sometimes in 2019, one of my friends, Oluwasegun Fakparisi, introduced me to this person that is intimidating me, Mr. Adebowale Adeyeye. When he introduced us, I was still working with my former boss then, though that period I had already had my illness, my heart issue then. So I could not do whatever the business arrangement we had, which was 3 of us come together, we import goods. Then since I have contact of supermarkets that we can sell to, we'll sell to them, then we'll all share the profits and everything. But because of my illness, we could not do much. So later in 2020, Shegun told me again that his friend would like to see me, that if I'm available, that we should see. So it was during the lockdown. I went to his house in Magodo. So he said he produces cashew nuts. He has a factory in Kano, and he would like to expand his business by supplying to supermarkets. That and since I have the contact and we could not do the former business we intend to do, though we've even registered a name of the company. We registered the name of that company, 3 of us together, Trimeta. But because of my illness, we couldn't do much. That why not me helping to get into this supermarket instead? So I told him at that time that yes, that it's possible. Even myself, because of my ailments, I've been unable to work very well like before. But I'm just managing myself. That we'll see what we will do. That's 2020. So 2021, earlier 2021, he approached me again I could not even do anything in 2021. I could not even go to work because of my illness. I was hospitalized and all. So after my recovery, he said, how far with our agreements? I said, no problem. But this time around, I will help him to those supermarkets. But I will need him to help me with ShopRite in the sense that ShopRite has requirements like CAC registration, FIRS registration, and they need a company name registered in that CAC registration, an account in that name, and I don't have those things yet. Then because of my illness too, I was given an offer in ShopRite to supply some items that I will need him, that I will use his company's name. I'll register his own and also register my own product. So when ShopRite pays him for my product, he will pay me, which he obliged. So in October 2021, I registered his products and he started selling. The reason why his product first was, he said that he wanted people that will come home for December, home and abroad, to meet the products. Probably some people will take it along when they are going back to their various country, that you want the product to be on ground before festive period, which I know how hard I work to fast track the listing. So by December, my own product was listed. My product is non-food, disposable spoon, disposable fork, disposable plates, straws, that is what, number plates. So my product was registered and I was given an allocation. They ordered for all the stores at once. So, and it was huge. So I went back to that my friend that introduced me to to Adebowale Adeyeye. I told him that I would need money to buy these goods because it's a lot of money. It's about 16 million that I'll be needing to buy goods. But I have some little money with me that if his friend can help me. And he directed me to him that he can, that he used to help students to facilitate loan that they will use for their traveling documents. So I approached him and he said no problem, that he will collect 6.5% per month and we'll be needing the loan for 2 months, because if you supply ShopRite January, you have to present your statements, your invoices in February. Then first week of March, they will pay you your money. So I'll be needing the money for 2 months. So it will be 13% for that duration, which I obliged also, because at least I will make money instead of not making money at all. It was much, but at least I'll be making something from it. So after the supply, ShopRite paid him. He now said because of a week delay to ShopRite payments, that he will be collecting 8.5% instead of the agreed 6.5%. And I asked why. He said that he sourced for the loan, that it was not him that gave me the money, that he sourced for it, and that was the condition the person gave him. I said no problem, that he should remove the loan and the interest from the money ShopRite paid and give me whatsoever left back that I have, because I also supply ShopRite Akara chips on that same name. But I stopped Akara chips January because it was not moving. I supplied Akara chips October 2021, November and December, but I stopped January because it was not moving, and I don't want my money to be tied to a product that it will not move and later ShopRite will return to me when it's expired. So I told him that he should not worry, I will sort myself. So I liaised with people I buy goods from and with the importers, and I promised them that I will be refunding them as soon as ShopRite pays the money. They will give me the products, the goods on loan, and when ShopRite pay, I will pay them, which they agreed. So in February, because I used ZP Logistic in January, and because it's fast, it's easier, I will just take my products there and they will supply across the country. So which he also obliged, and we were supplying until in March he said he wants to use my logistic. When invoice came for payment for the logistic, he was complaining and saying the bill was too much. How did they arrive at that? Even after I have sending the billing documents to him, how they bill and how they charge. I even forwarded the invoice. The invoice was straight from ZP. The invoice I sent to him was what was given to me by ZP. After a long talk, he paid. He used the ZP logistic again in April without informing me. He did not pay for the money. When he was paying me for goods supplied, when he was paying me in April, he overpaid me by 121,000, which I notified him, and he said that I asked him to send his account details so that I can refund the money. He said that in the next payment that we are doing, that we will deduct it, that I should not worry. So he also asked me to help him to get pallets, that he wants to use it in his factory and crate. So we had a lot of misunderstanding in the cost of the supply. He did not pay me on time. The day he asked me to deliver, I was in the gate of his house in Magodo till 11 p.m. He did not open the gates for me. I had to go and drop the product, the crate in Shegun Fakparisi's house in Egbeda. I had to sleep in Egbeda that night because I got to Egbeda midnight and I could not go to Ikorodu anymore. So we started having a series of issues. Sometimes he said that why is my supply much than his own, that I'm using my influence and contacts in ShopRite to supply more than him. And I told him it's not so. I supply once in a month because I will make sure that all my products is not on the shelf before I supply another one. I don't just supply like anytime I send you in order, you don't even go to the store to check if you still have product or not. You just supply. I don't do that. I wait and ask my merchandisers to send me stock, to know if I should supply or not. So that is, I explained everything to him, but he refused. So he stopped picking my call at some point. What I intend to do, I filled form so that my own product will be registered under my name, not to switch the name. So the man said, okay, I should call the person. I called the person, he spoke to him, and he promised him that he should ask him to come to the account office, that he will also talk to the buyer before then, that they will open another account for him so that he can continue his business. So, but I said pending that time, I don't want to have his money, that they should please give me an account to refund the money. I even suggested that they should please send the money to him. But they said no, they can't send money to him because they don't have him as a supplier anymore since the change, that they cannot send the money to him. What will it be the reason why they are sending money to him? So I said, okay, that they should just give me ShopRite account. Let me forward the money back to ShopRite because I don't want to have his money. I don't want problem with him. The following day, which was on Saturday, I went to redemption camp. It was in August for convention. So I went to camp. I was in camp in the third of the camp. I received a call from my friend asking me if I was home. I told him, he said Wale is sending somebody to come and collect stamp, because he also asked me to do stamp so that I used to help him to do his invoices. Whenever he wants to supply, I will do invoices, stamp it, give it to whoever he sent. He usually send people to me to help him receive invoice so that he will supply. So I said I will call my husband to give the person the stamp that I'm in camp. So I hung up the phone. The next call I received was my husband saying that there are police officers in my house, that they said they are from Panti, that I did fraud. I asked my husband that he should allow me to talk to them. I told them that I'm in camp, that they should please, I will not be able to come until the convention is over, that the following Monday I will come myself, that I did not do any fraud. I will come and explain everything that transpired. So on Monday, the following Monday, that same Wednesday, I transferred the money to ShopRite because it was the Friday I collected the account It was Friday before I went to convention. So that same Wednesday, I quickly transferred the money back to ShopRite. So when I got to Panti on Monday, when I got to Panti, I went there without a lawyer because I thought it was a simple matter that I would just go there, explain myself. Since I was not owing him, I didn't defraud him or anything. I would just explain and leave the place. So on getting there, when I got to the gate, I saw a crowd. I was scared that, hey, these one people are lining up to enter police station. So I saw a lawyer and I quickly briefed him. I tell him that he should please follow me. I don't know what will happen there. This place looks scary to me. So the lawyer followed me. When I got there, the officer, SP, Great Aminu, when Wally was talking, he said a lot of things. He said he gave me 1 million to help him list his products in ShopRite. He said a lot of things. So when I wanted to say my own side of the story, I told him I didn't receive 1 million from him. He gave me 200,000 naira, which I have evidence for. And the 200,000 naira was for when I was traveling to Port Harcourt to register his product. I even went to Port Harcourt twice. I went to Abuja once. That 200,000 was not even for flight tickets and hotel, not to talk of me collecting any, and it's not even enough for transport. I just did that as a friend to help him because he also helped me when I needed loan. I didn't collect money. The man said I'm a fraud, I'm a criminal, that tomorrow morning they will parade me, newspaper will carry me, that I defrauded somebody that helped me. Wale was even saying that is why he hates dealing with people that call themselves that my husband is a pastor, that he said that is how they used to do. They were just saying all sorts of things. I was crying. I was asking him, when did all these things? He was telling the police officer that I had a relationship with the buyer. That was why they were able to change his name and manipulate. I said, there is nothing like such. He said that I used to pay them money. I said, well, pay them for what? I'm not paying anybody. If you take products, they have taken products to ShopRite before that they refuse. If you take products there, if it is not what they need, they will reject it. If it is what they want, they will collect it. There's no way I can bribe anybody. The man said, if truly I transfer the money back to ShopRite account, that an officer should follow me to the bank to print out my statement of account. They collected the phone for me, and he asked the officer that he should monitor me. I should not take anybody's phone or call my husband or call anybody. So I went to the bank, I print my statement of account. We got back to the police station and I showed them. They saw that the money was indeed transferred back to ShopRite account, and they asked that they should go and detain me. I told him that I did not do, okay, they should even allow me call my husband. Before I got back, the lawyer that followed me has left. They should even allow me call my husband. They rejected. They called me all sorts of names, saying I'm a criminal, I'm a thief, somebody helped me. He borrowed me. I said the loan he borrowed me, I have paid back, even with more than the interest that we agreed. And I'm not collecting loan from him again. He has done a lot of things to hurt me, and I've left him to God. And the only thing I could do was just to separate my products from his products so that I can do my business in peace. I was not ShopRite that changed the name. They said they should go and lock me up. I begged that they should allow me to call my husband. I cried. I told them about my health. They did not answer me. They went to lock me up. They locked me up, and the following morning, they called me from, even when I was entering, somebody slapped me in the cell, and they beat me. I was crying, and I was begging with the ladies that have heart issue, that they should please. So they now said, what happened, what brought me here? And I explained everything that happened there. I explained everything to them. So the following morning, my husband came with my hands and with a lawyer. So when my husband got there, my husband also told him that there was nothing. I've been helping this guy. This guy does not know anything about the business, about him even supplying to ShopRite. I practically take his business as if is my own business. That's why will he do such to me? So the officer said that my husband should go and pay 200,000 naira for my bill. My husband said that, but the bill is free. He said he should get out of his office. Then the lawyer that my husband went to go and meet him and was pleading with him that he should please. He said he saw the money in my account now. Didn't he see the money in my account? SP Aminu. He said he saw the money in my account. Didn't he see the money in my account? My husband said that he should please. I were preparing for my mom's burial. That the money is for my mom's burial. He said if my husband cannot pay the money, they should take me back to the cell. And that time I was already panting because I did not take my drugs. I did not eat throughout that the other day and that very day. I was already panting with my mom, not even water. I was already panting. My husband says, look at her. I need to take her to the hospital. I don't want to lose my wife. He said they should take me back if my husband is not ready to pay. So my husband said, okay, he will pay the money, that they should just please release me. So one Bumi, IPO Bumi, working with SP Aminu, now gave me my phone and said I should transfer the money to my husband, that my husband should go and take it from the bank in the POS. She said POS. So I now told my husband that I should please not go to POS. You should go to bank, because the POS will charge a lot to collect 200,000 naira. He collected the money and I left. So the following day, the IPO Bumi collected the money from my husband. So the following day, they asked me to come to the following day that I should come and write undertaking that I will return the name back to Mr. Adebowale Adeyeye name, and I will not sabotage his business with ShopRite. And he said he will make sure that I don't do business with ShopRite again. So the following day, in the room, I was preparing to go to hospital. I collapsed. So my husband had to go and look for a nurse that attended to me in the house. So I could not go, but my husband had to call them that this is what happened, that I can't come that day. My husband went the Thursday. He went the Thursday to go and meet them. So they said, what about the undertaking? They said my husband, I should write, and all the things that they said my husband should bring. What he requested for was the stamp. And he requested for the stamp, that I have his stamp. I said he was the one that asked me to do stamp. I'll give him his stamp. It's his stamp. The stamp is his name. I don't need it. I only helped him to do the stamp so that I will help him to do his invoice. And when I also do invoice, I will be able to supply without any delay, even if he's not in the country. So my husband went. On Friday, we were able to get another lawyer. And we went to one retired AIG, Oko. We went to his place. He said, he wrote a note on his complimentary card and said I should go to the DC office in Bansi, that I should explain everything that happened there, that the DC will give me listening here to hear my own side of the story. So the following week, which was Monday, I was in the DC office. We were sitting in the reception before his office. Aminu came, he was shouting, he was saying that, what am I doing here? Who asked me to come here? JB, my husband said I was sick. How come I was able to come to this place? He was shouting, I was scared, I was fidgeting. My husband held me and was calming me that he cannot do anything to me, that other people are here, that people are looking at us. So he said he would even help me to go to the DC office. So he now went to the DC office and asked me to come in. So when I got to the DC office, he was talking and the DC said he should wait. He should allow me to talk. So I said everything, how he said I was a criminal. I said everything, how he collected money. I said everything to the DC. And the DC begged, he apologized that I should please, that I'm not a criminal. Whatever transpired was a business between me and the person, and it's not a criminal matter, that Aminu should call all parties involved. We should come. He even said I should please go and take care of myself first, that I still look very pale, that I should go and do my mom's burial. After the burial, I should come. I said no, but I want to sort out, the weekend is my mom's burial. I want to sort out this matter before going for my mom's burial. because my heart is heavy. I don't want to do my mom's burial with heavy heart. I want to sort out this issue. He said, no problem. He asked that we meet the following day. The following day, everybody came, even ShopRite lawyers and some of their representatives came. So after they heard from both of us, they said both of us made mistake because we did not have a written agreement before doing business. That even if we want to do business with our siblings, we should have an agreement. We should not just do business on trust. That it was because of the trust that we both had in each other. That was why we started, and we should not use that trust and use fights to settle it. They said we should settle amicably. The ShopRite lawyer even promised that I should not worry, that they will when I should, because they asked Wale, what does he want? He said he wants the name back, return to his name. And I said I don't have problem doing that. I'm not the one that changed it. If ShopRite asks me to do that, I will do that. And ShopRite, the lawyer said that ShopRite will open another account for me. That since it's that account, that's supplier ID that he insisted that he wants, I should write a letter to ShopRite. I should even take him there, introduce him to people there, which I did. I did the following day. I took him there. On getting to ShopRite, in the meeting with the general manager and the new face that I've met before in the store, but now I think is the one replacing the buyer, because I was told the buyer was on suspension at that time. Even the buyer had already told me to tell him to come before the police issue that he will list. He will open another account for him. He refused. He said it's that same account that he wants. So when we got there, the lawyer was saying that I manipulate his clients, and because of the intimate relationship that I have with the buyer, I used it to switch the name, and he was saying all sorts. I just kept quiet because I did not even believe he would come with lawyer, because what they asked us to do was just for me to take him there, introduce him to people there so that they can know him and know that he will be the one in charge of his product. He was saying all sorts of things. So they now asked him that why not him wait? I made a supply that July, August. He should wait till that money is paid to me, to my account, so that I will not have any money with him again. Then after the money is paid with him, they will now change it. He said no. They said, okay, that they won't do that until I instruct them, that I have to send a mail to them to change the name back to the person's name before they can do that, because I was the one that signed contracts with them. So I said no problem. So it was on Thursday, and I was traveling on Friday for my mom's burial. So I went for my mom's burial. So I was in the burial on Monday morning. I was already receiving mail from his lawyer saying that I have not sent the mail ShopRite asked me to send. He was saying all sorts of things. So I went to go and look for a lawyer this time around, and I asked the lawyer that he should please. I gave the lawyer the contact of his lawyer and send him mails that I've been receiving from them. You should please tell him that he should sign an agreement for me that if ShopRite pays him that money they are owing me to my account, that he will pay me within 48 hours. That if he signed that agreement, I will change it back. Because all this while, ShopRite will pay him. He will be telling me they've not paid him. 2 weeks, he will not pay me my money. I don't want such to happen on this money, because I collected those goods on credit, and I have to pay the people I collected those goods from. So my lawyer sent the lawyer mail. They did not reply. They did not respond. Then I remember he used to tell me that DIG Kokumo, that is his in-law. He has even told me of an episode where he slapped a police officer and told the police officer to go and meet DIG Kokumo, that he should go and report him to his DIG Kokumo, because the policeman was harassing his wife. So I now went to Abuja myself. I went to DIG Kokumo's office. I was able, it took me 2 weeks to be able to have access to DIG Kokumo. I went to DIG Kokumo's office and I told him what happened. That this person said is your in-law. Maybe that is why the police are doing whatever they did whatever they did to me. And I don't want him to harass me again. I have seen this person remove dagger. There was a day I went to supply. I helped him to supply. He was there. He was parking, and the cab I used to take his product was beside him. So I was trying to remove the seat belt. The driver now was trying to help me. Before I know it, he had already removed dagger to come and attack the driver. I said, the man did not do anything to me now. He was only trying to help me remove seat belt. I was even telling him that he needs to take things easy. He said, no, that some people, they need violence before they can sit right. I told DIG Kokumo that I'm scared. I don't want this person to unleash. He said he does not know him, that he had never had the name before. He said I should go and collect my phone from where I dropped my phone downstairs. I should tell them that he asked for my phone. He asked me to give him his number. He dialed his number. He put it on speaker and he introduced himself. He said, hi, Daddy. He said, don't call me Daddy. Do I know you before? Have we ever met? He said, not yet, sir. He said, what do you mean by not yet, sir? Why using my name to oppress people in Lagos? He said, no, there's nothing like that. He now asked him, do you know any Johnson Olabisi? Esther. He said, Olabisi herself. He said, yes, Olabisi, she's right in front of me. He kept quiet. He said, I only have 2 daughters, and both of them are not in Nigeria. And they will never use my name to intimidate anybody, because my children know I hate injustice, and I don't train them like that. Don't ever allow such thing to happen again, because you will not like what I will do to you. Then he hung up, and he called his PA and said, it's like you people will go and pick this guy up. And I knelt down again, begging him that he's my friend, that I just want to know that they don't know him, so that he will not harass. I just want to be sure that he does not have any power to harass me or intimidate me unlawfully, that they should please. If they do anything to him, he has wife and little babies at home, they should just leave him. So the GIG now called the DC again. He said that I will come to his office the following day, that guy must write an undertaking. If he did not write undertaking, I should not sign and I should not change the name back, because I have to be sure that I will get my money back. So he asked me to go and meet the DC the following day, which I did. On getting there, he even told me that the DC is now a commissioner. The DC was surprised to see me. Kokumo, Adegoke, the DC in Panti then. Yes, his name is Adegoke. I don't know his first name. Yes. So he said, he has resolved this issue for us now. That what happened again? Why did I go to Abuja again? I said, I asked him to write an agreement that when ShopRite pay for the goods that I supply, he will pay me. And it's ever since September, because my mom's burial was August 27. Ever since September that we wrote him, he did not. Until I went to DIG, I had to go there. So he now asked that they called the SP Great Aminu. He was there, and he said, you see this girl? Since that they asked her to change the name, she did not change it. He said, listen first. Listen to the reason why she has not changed the name. She asked for an agreement. She has right to ask for an agreement. They both don't trust each other again. She have every other right to ask for an agreement. So he now said, no problem, that he will call the guy. So they did not call us back till November 23rd. So November 23rd, they told him to write an agreement for me. He said no, that why will he write an agreement for me? That how much is the money in question? That is not even up to money that he gives to orphanage. That why will he write an agreement to me? So the SP Aminona said, okay, if you do not write on an agreement for her, sure you write undertaking for police officer. That when they pay, ShopRite pay her money into your account and she show you evidence of her supply, you give her money. Reluctantly, he wrote the agreement. I even asked that we'll get copy of the agreement. The man said, I should, for what? Do I want to be teaching him? Did I want to be teaching him his work? He's trying to help me, and I'm telling him what to do. So I kept quiet. I left. So that very day, I went downstairs to print the form ShopRite gave me. I filled my part and handed his own part because he left angrily. I handed his own part to his lawyer, November 23rd. Gave the lawyer the form to fill so that I can send back to ShopRite. They did not send this agreement until middle of December. They did not return the form. And when I sent it to ShopRite, it took ShopRite just 2 days. They changed the name. So after they changed the name, I was expecting that they make payments. They did not make payments December. I went to ShopRite that same December. I was told that we have some claims that we need to pass. That until we pass those claims, before they'll be able to pay us. And since I've returned the name, B2B, every other thing platform that will get order, payment, and all that, I've changed. It has been changed back to his name, and I've given him access. I don't have access to even see if I have order or anything. So I got in contact with him. I sent him a message, and I told him that he should please send in the claims that he has so that we can pass it to ShopRite and they can pay. When he did not answer me, I called San Columbus. He was the external lawyer for ShopRite, and he asked one of his lawyers to call both of us to reach an agreement. So the lawyer called me and called him. It was on a conference, and he said that we should try and resolve this matter amicably so that both of us can continue our business with ShopRite. That why has he not sent whatever I need? He should send whatever I need so that we can pass statements. Or both of us, we should sit down, reconcile the accounts together, know how much I'm expecting from ShopRite. He should also know how much he's expecting from ShopRite, so that when ShopRite pay, it will be easy for him to distribute the money. We met in January as agreed. My lawyer was not available on the date he said he was going to be around. The San Columbus again gave me somebody from his office to follow me since I said I don't want to go alone. He insisted he will be coming with his lawyer, and I don't want any harassment from them. So he asked the man. We did the reconciliation together with the document I got from ShopRite and I showed him. And from that, he said that, okay, if there is any plus or minus, who will he pay? I told him that if there is any minus, any deficit from his end, like we used to do, it is me that he will pay to balance my own account. Because if you have claim, ShopRite will have deducted it from your next payment. Because whether you sell or you don't sell, when it is your payment date, they will pay. But in your next payment, if any of the products expire or got damaged, they will deduct the money from. And it has been happening to me. And I showed him references on how we used to do it, and he said no problem. He didn't send claim till February. When he sent the claim, I passed the claim. Even when I went to ShopRite said they don't want to attend to only me, that the guy should be there because they don't want his trouble. The guy should be there. I called him. He said, no, that there's no problem, that they should do whatever reconciliation that will both meet, that he's not even around. When they gave me another document and claims again, I was talking to him and giving him every information that he needs to know. So by March, ShopRite paid. When ShopRite paid, I was expecting him to pay me. He did not pay me. I went to call Aminu again and told him. He said that he asked ShopRite to bring the drafts of the payments. That ShopRite said that I'd already given them go ahead to pay to the guy's account. I said yes, because ShopRite cannot just pay into somebody's, they cannot just write out drafts. It has to be, for what purpose would they say the draft they wrote is for? It has to be the process they used to do it. They have to be a remittance to back the money they are paying up. they will not write a draft because there's no how to trace that money for their own audits, which is what they explained to me, that they will not be able to drop drafts in ShopRite, in Panti, that what they will do is they will pay to the guy's account. And I obliged because he had already written an undertaking for the police. So I was not expecting that when they pay, he will not want to pay me my money. So when he paid, when they paid, I told them again. By that time, I was pregnant. So when the inspector asked both of us to come and we both went there, when he saw me, say, that I'm even pregnant and I'm stressing myself like this. My husband was there, my husband was there, my aunt was there. And they were asking him, why didn't he want to pay me? He said it's 1.3 that he will pay me out of the money. He said, why? He said, because his own product expired. I said, your product expired. How is it my business? Anytime my own product got damaged, I used to bear the loss now. You have products in ShopRite. You did not monitor it. You did not do anything. Even after the changeover, you did not go back to check on your product. How is it my fault that your product expired? He said, he was shouting, he was insulting me. He said, I'm taking his name everywhere. I'm taking his name in different altars. And he had said that statement that day that he wrote undertaking. So I now said, Mr. Aminu should please talk to him about him saying that I'm taking his name to different altars. What does he mean by that? He said that there's no altar that me and my husband has not taken his name to, that he know and is not scared to die. There is nothing that we can do to him. My husband said, take your name to altar. Why will I take your name to altar? To what altar? One police officer was now telling him that if they take somebody's name to altar, God is a God of justice. If God will not do evil to you, if you are doing the right thing, that he should not say that statement again. He said he would deal with me, he would deal with me. And Aminu did not say anything. He kept quiet. I said, but you are hearing that he's saying that he would deal with me. My husband could not take it anymore. He asked that he should be excused, that he wants to leave the place. My husband left the place. So Aminu said, hey, and I'm pregnant too, and me, I'm allowing people to teach me bad thing. That what is there, even if it's 1.3 that you want to give me, can't I take it first? I said, I cannot take it. Why will I take 1.3 from 7 million that you're supposed to pay? That goods, I collected it on credit. I collected the goods on credit. I have about 4 million naira. More than 4 million naira is not even my money. From that money, and you're asking me to collect 1.3 because his own product expired. Why? How? So he said that we should come back again. I went to the office of the AC again. The AC called, invited him. He did not show up. His lawyer showed up. The AC was now asking me that, why have you not paid? Asked his lawyer, why have you not paid this woman her money? He said his client was not in town. Pay this lady her money now. Why are you people doing this? When next your client is around, make sure that all of you come to my office. The next time we went there, instead of SP Great Aminu to take us to the AC office, he left us in his office and he was telling me that, see my condition. I did not even pity myself. That can't I kneel down and beg this person? Can't I kneel down and beg this boy that is more than that money? That he can even give me more than that money. I should beg him. I was crying that I should beg him for what? He is the one that is inflicting suffering on me. He said that if I don't want to beg him, I should get out of his office. And now, great Aminu, that I should get out of his office, that I'm too proud. I said, Wale, if I have offended you, with tears in my eyes, that I'm sorry, that I should please, you should forgive me, that I'm tired, that I'm sorry. So he said that he will go and look through the accounts, that I should write from the remittance, the remittance that he already had, that he was even the one that sent it to me, that I should write the one that is for him. I said, but I've sent all those things. Great, I mean, I should not argue with him. I should not, anything I said I should do, I should go and do it. I said, no problem. So I now wrote, the one I wrote CCCC is the one that is meant for me, for him. The one I wrote PPP is the one that is meant for me. I did it and I sent it to him. yet he did not do anything. I lost my 12 weeks pregnancy, my twin, that same week. When I got home, I saw a spot of blood, and I was placed on bed rest. And from the bed rest, again, I was asked to go to Panti. I had no choice than to go. I lost the pregnancy. So I even called them to tell them that you can see my tummy is big. I was pregnant of twin. 12 weeks. I lost this pregnancy. And yet people are not doing anything to collect this money from this guy. He said that they would talk to him, that I should not worry. When I noticed they did not do anything, I went to Zone 2, to AIG's office. I wrote a petition to the AIG in Zone 2, and the man listened to me, and he gave my case file to somebody to treat. They invited him, they interrogated both of us. The CSP, Adeyanju, was the one in charge of it. He's in X-Squad. He said that we should try and settle this thing amicably. That is not a serious issue now. He now said that we should both sit down, reconcile our accounts, know what is due for each person, and we should make the payment. On the day that we are supposed to go back, he did not show up again. So the CSP now told the lawyer that he's been trying to sort this matter, but his client has been stubborn, that if we are not able to resolve, he will ask both of us to go to court. We should go and sort it in court. That because he cannot, a police officer cannot forcefully take money from anywhere or from anybody. That we should go and sort ourselves in court. That he's giving, when will the guy be available? His lawyer said he wants to call him. That if you call him, he will tell him. He went outside, he made the call and came back and said the client said he will be available on the Thursday. He said, okay, the Thursday we should come, but he should tell his client if he did not want to settle, if he did not cooperate to settle, then we'll go to court. So on my way to Zone 2, the following week Thursday that we are meant to go. So I called my lawyer to please call the IPO to know if they are there, because it's been 3 times that we will go, that they are supposed to come, that they will not show up. And I don't want to just go again, but I'm already on my way, that I should just find out. My lawyer now called me back that the case file has been transferred to Alagbon for CID, yes. So I also received a call from 4CID that same day. And I told them I will come the Wednesday, that I won't be able to come. That's SP Manami, I don't know, Abubakar is the SP in charge of general investigation. It was general investigation department, room 13. So he called me, he said, I said I will come. So when I got there, and he was asking me to talk, he was interjecting me and saying that, did I inform him before I changed it? I said, I'm not the one that changed it. I took my case file, my CAC documents, I filled form for ShopRite to register me separately and move my product from his account. I did not ask that ShopRite should change it. It is verifiable. You can invite ShopRite and ask all this from them. He said no, that I will not even teach them his work. That is the question that he asked me that I should answer him. I said, no, I did not inform him because he was not talking to me. It was his friend. He said, did I send text message? Did I send email? I said, no, I didn't do all that. I lost my mom. He said, he even said, why is it that it is when the police call me that I transfer the money? I said, I lost my mom. I collected ShopRite account on Friday afternoon. The bank was already closed. It was that same week that I was in camp. I have his money. At least I returned it. It was not as if I did not give him his money. And ShopRite has returned his money to him. They returned the accounts to him. So he said no, that it is fraudulent, that it's fraud, that me changing him there is fraud. He now said I should go and write my statement that he wants to go. He did not even allow me to finish. He did not even finish my story or whatever. He said he wants to pray that somebody should take my statement. So the person said I should write everything about me, when I was born, where I was born. I should write a history about myself for CID in Alagbon, which I did. She now said, the man now came, he now said that it is the question he asked me that is the answer that I should write.
In your statement?
In my statement. I was not crying. I said, why will I write? Let me write what happened. It is what happened that I will write. And the lady was shouting that, they asked me simple question. I've already answered that I should put the answer there. I said, no. I will not just jump and put answer. I will write whatever that have happened before that question happened, before I write my answer. So I was crying, I was shaking. Before I know it, I noticed this, my left hand was, it has collapsed. My part of the face, my leg was heavy. My mouth was almost bent. So my lawyer was asking them that they should please see me. I'm almost having stroke. So the lady was even scared. She put anointing oil, was pouring water on my head, and they were helping me to massage I don't know if she's an IPO that was taking the police officer. Yes, she was scared and was saying I should calm down now. That will I want to kill myself? My lawyer was now telling them that this person has caused me a lot of pain. That I've even had BP in the course of all this. That this is what they are saying. That they should allow me to say the thing as it was. He said, I cannot even. My lawyer said I cannot even write any statements now because my hand has collapsed. My face, they were still trying to get my face and my mouth back to its position. So he now said that since I don't have anybody to stand in for me, that my lawyer should sign a bail bond. That when I'm okay, I should come back. So I've gone to the hospital. I'm on therapy right now because physiotherapy is massaging, but because they said my veins has to be picked, so I'm still on therapy. Now they are calling me. They even called me a day before yesterday to come to Alagbon again, and I said I've not gotten better. I'm just managing myself. I've not gotten better. I can't come and write any statements for now. He said I should get a medical report, doctor report, and give it to my lawyer that should address the doctor reports to them. And meanwhile, when my lawyer told me, what I told them in the hospital is they should address the report to whom it may concern, because I never knew it was supposed to be addressed to Alagbon. So I just gave my lawyer, and my brother had to go and give my lawyer in his office yesterday this thing. So I'm begging on Nigerians, please help me. I'm an orphan. I've been unable to do my business ever since. I can't do anything. ShopRite are no more collecting goods from me. The last supply I made, the people I collect goods from, I've been unable to pay them back. Please help me. All I want is just my money.
Don't be emotional on it, eh?
Okay.